Every year, my family gathers in this mansion, their wealth on display. They flaunt Bentleys, BMWs, and status, while I arrive unnoticed. They call me the poor cousin, blind to the secret I've carried, ready to shatter their assumptions tonight. I'm Sarah Bennett, 28, the one they pity. My simple suit hides a truth they can't imagine. This briefcase holds my empire, built in silence. Their laughter haunts me, but my eyes burn with resolve, ready to rewrite the story they've told about me. I hear their voices from years past, cousins smirking over crystal glasses. Sarah, still scraping by? Ethan's taunt cuts deep, their laughter a chorus of judgment. I sat silent, swallowing hurt, knowing one day I'd stand taller than their wealth could ever reach. Tonight, I walked toward that door, briefcase heavy with proof. They mocked my old Honda, my quiet life, but no more. This moment is mine, to unveil a secret that will silence their scorn and honor the legacy they forgot. Watch me rise. I'm Sarah Bennett, 28, from Boston, where my family's name echoes through time. In the 1920s, my great-grandfather built a real estate empire, turning a small inheritance into towering wealth. By the 1970s, my grandmother, Elizabeth Bennett, made it legendary, her vision rooted in quiet purpose, not flashy status. She believed money should serve, not shine. But my cousins forgot her wisdom, chasing designer labels and luxury cars. I lost my parents at 12, and Elizabeth became my world, teaching me that true wealth lies in patience, not pride. I live simply in a small Boston apartment, cozy but plain, with a thrift store couch and mismatched dishes. My cousins, Ethan, Lauren, Ryan, Madison, Chloe, they live differently. Their waterfront condos gleam with marble and glass, Instagram posts dripping with wealth. They see my life as failure, my old Honda a punchline. Poor Sarah, they whisper, their pity sharp as knives. They don't know I chose this path, not because I lack, but because I learned from Elizabeth, real wealth grows in silence, not in the spotlight of their shallow approval. At 13, I sat with Grandma Elizabeth at her oak desk, her hands steady on my shoulder. She taught me to read stock charts, her voice calm but fierce. Money is power, Sarah, but only if you wield it with purpose, she said. Those nights shaped me, her lessons sinking deep. While my cousins begged for sports cars, I studied market trends, scribbling notes in a journal she gave me. Elizabeth saw what others didn't, a spark in me to honor her legacy, not with flash, but with foresight and quiet strength. I drive a 2008 Honda Civic, reliable, unremarkable, the same car I've had since college. My cousins mock it, but it's my choice, not my limit. Passing a "for sale" sign, I see opportunity where others see decay. Elizabeth taught me to spot undervalued properties, to invest with patience. Each deal I've made, quiet, deliberate, built a secret empire they can't imagine. My modest life is a shield, hiding my moves from their judgmental eyes, letting me grow wealth that serves a purpose beyond their shallow boasts. In my apartment, I open an email that stops my heart. Uncle Robert plans to sell Elizabeth's mansion, the soul of our family. It's more than brick and columns, it's where she taught me to dream bigger than status. My cousins want condos, profits, to erase her legacy for cash. I won't let them. They've mocked me for years, blind to what I've built. My briefcase holds deeds to an empire worth millions, including their own homes. They think I'm poor, but I'm ready to fight for her vision. This isn't just about money, it's about honoring the woman who showed me what wealth truly means. I close my laptop, resolve hardening. Tomorrow, at the family meeting, they'll see the truth. I'm not the poor cousin. I'm Elizabeth's heir, and I'll protect her legacy with everything I've got. The Bennett family conference unfolds in a dining room dripping with wealth, crystal chandeliers casting light on fine china. My uncle, Robert, presides like a king, his voice booming about sold-out developments. My cousins, Ethan, Lauren, Ryan, Madison, Chloe, bask in the glow of their status. I sit quietly, the odd one out, my simple life a silent rebellion against their obsession with display. They measure worth in dollars shown, not earned. Only Emily, the pediatrician, sees beyond their shine, her eyes kind where others judge. This is their stage, but I'm writing a different script. Their accessories scream wealth, Ethan's Rolex glints, Lauren's Gucci bag rests proudly, Ryan's cufflinks catch the light. My plain blazer, bought second-hand, draws their pitying glances. They whisper, "Poor Sarah," as if my modest clothes reveal my worth. They don't see the empire I've built, hidden beneath their assumptions. Elizabeth taught me wealth isn't worn, it's wielded with purpose. While they flaunt, I've invested, my choice is deliberate, not desperate. Their judgment stings, but I've learned to let it slide, knowing the truth in my briefcase will rewrite their narrative soon enough. At dinner, Ethan's smirk cuts sharper than the steak knives. Sarah, still driving that rust-bucket Honda, he taunts, cousins laughing. Lauren's manicured nails tap impatiently, her eyes dismissing me. I keep my face stoic, swallowing the hurt. It gets me where I need, I say evenly. Their mockery is old, familiar, a ritual of condescension. They see a struggling cousin, not the woman who owns their homes. I sip my water, hiding the fire inside. Elizabeth's lessons echo, patience over pride. Tonight, I'm one step closer to showing them what that means. My 2008 Honda Civic hums along Boston streets, mocked by my cousins but loyal to me. Passing a "for sale" sign, I see potential where they see decay. Elizabeth taught me to spot undervalued properties, to build wealth quietly. Each deal I've made, duplexes, small offices, grew my empire in secret. My cousins buy status, I buy opportunity. They laugh at my car, my apartment, blind to the millions I've amassed. This Honda isn't a limit, it's a choice, a shield hiding my moves. Soon, they'll see the contracts that prove my worth. Emily's knock is soft, her smile a rare warmth in this cold mansion. "Ignore them, Sarah," she says. "You're stronger than they know." Her words ease the ache of Ethan's taunts, Lauren sneers. As a pediatrician, Emily values people, not possessions, a rarity among Bennets. I nod, grateful, but the hurt lingers. They've never asked who I am, only seen what I lack. In my room, Elizabeth's books line the shelves, her lessons my anchor. Emily's kindness reminds me I'm not alone. Tomorrow, I'll show them the strength she sees, the legacy I've built. Year after year, these conferences carve the same wounds. I see Ethan's smug glance as he brags about his Maserati, Lauren boasting of her Hamptons summer home, Ryan flaunting his yacht's upgrades. Madison's pitying smile cuts deep, Sarah, still renting that tiny place? Their laughter echoes, each jab a reminder of my place in their eyes, the poor cousin, the charity case. I take notes quietly, my pen steady, hiding the empire growing under their noses. Elizabeth's voice guides me, wealth is security, not show. I've bought properties they'd never consider, in neighborhoods they'd scorn, each one a brick in my silent fortress. At 18, I started with her $50,000 gift, investing where others wouldn't look. By 25, I owned millions in assets, all hidden behind LLCs. They see my Honda, my thrift store clothes, and assume I've failed. But I've chosen this path, living below my means to build above their dreams. Chloe, the newest cousin, watches me sometimes, her eyes curious, not cruel. Maybe she senses something they don't. Each conference, I've endured their disdain, storing my strength for the day I'd reveal the truth. That day is coming, and they'll learn what a Bennett really is. At 18, Grandma Elizabeth gave me $50,000, a seed she trusted I'd grow. While my cousins bought condos and sports cars, I opened a journal, its pages filled with my teenage handwriting, notes on mutual funds, market trends, and Elizabeth's wisdom. "Wealth is patience," she'd say, her voice steady. I started small, investing in stocks she recommended, watching my money multiply slowly. Each entry marked a step towards something bigger, a dream my family couldn't see. They laughed at my thrift store clothes, my old Honda, blind to the empire I was building. Elizabeth taught me to look beyond flash, to find value in the overlooked. My first property, a rundown duplex, was a gamble that paid off, doubling in value. That journal became my roadmap, every page a promise to honor her legacy. My cousins chased status, I chased security. Their pity stung, but I kept writing, kept planning, knowing one day these notes would become deeds, contracts, a fortune hidden in plain sight. This journal holds my past, my purpose, and the secret I'm ready to unveil at the family meeting. Nights blurred into mornings as I hunched over my beat-up laptop, its keys worn from endless research. Elizabeth's lessons guided me, find neighborhoods on the cusp, properties others ignored. I scoured listings, analyzed trends, my eyes burning but alive with possibility. I'd drive my Honda to forgotten corners of Boston, walking through rundown homes with cracked walls and sagging porches. Each one whispered potential to me, a chance to build something lasting. I shook hands with contractors, their skepticism fading when I spoke with Elizabeth's confidence. My first duplex became 2, then 4, each deal a quiet victory. My cousins partied in Miami, I worked, living simply to pour every dollar into my vision. Their laughter echoed, "Poor Sarah, scraping by," but I didn't care. I saw what they couldn't, value in patience, strength in silence. My apartment was small, my clothes plain, but my portfolio grew, hidden behind LLCs. Elizabeth's voice stayed with me, "Wealth isn't shown, it's built." Every handshake, every late night, was a brick in my empire, a secret I guarded until the moment was right. That moment is now, and they'll soon see what I've done. Last year, I made my boldest move, $28 million for a gleaming apartment complex in Boston's heart. It's a tower of glass and steel, where Lauren, Ryan, and other cousins live, oblivious that I'm their landlord. They walk through its polished lobby, complaining about my upgrades, security systems, guest policies, never suspecting the truth. I raised rents slightly, still below market, and invested in safety after a break-in. Their grumbling reached me, unaware I'd studied their complaints to improve the building. Its value climbed 12% in a year, proof of Elizabeth's lessons, see the long game, not the quick win. My cousins see inconvenience, I see opportunity. They flaunt their leases as status, not knowing I hold the deed. Hiding my ownership was deliberate, a shield letting me work without their interference. Elizabeth taught me wealth is power, but only if used wisely. This building isn't just profit, it's leverage, a symbol of what I've built in silence. Soon, they'll learn the poor cousin owns the roof over their heads, and their world will shift forever. At a family barbecue last summer, Ryan's voice carried over the chatter, railing against the apartment complex's new management. They raised my rent, he fumed, waving his beer. And that guest policy? Ridiculous. My cousins nodded, their complaints a chorus of entitlement. I sipped my soda, a subtle smirk tugging at my lips. They didn't know I was the one they cursed, the owner behind the changes they despised. I'd implemented those rules after tenants reported strangers in the gym, ensuring safety they took for granted. Their anger was clueless, almost comical, but it stung too. Decades of their dismissal flashed through me. Elizabeth's words steadied me, "Let them underestimate you, it's your advantage." I stayed silent, my secret safe behind my quiet smile. Ryan's rant grew louder, but I saw beyond it, to deeds, contracts, a portfolio outshining theirs. They mocked my Honda parked nearby, blind to my millions. That barbecue was a turning point, sharpening my resolve. Their ignorance fueled me. At the family meeting, I'd unveil the truth, not for their approval, but to honor the legacy they'd forgotten. My wealth grew like a quiet river, steady and unseen. In 2015, I started with $500,000, Elizabeth's gift and early investments. By 2017, it was $2 million, my duplexes appreciating. In 2019, $10 million, as I bought commercial spaces in rising neighborhoods. By 2021, $25 million, each deal precise, guided by Elizabeth's principles. In 2023, $50 million, my portfolio a fortress of anonymous LLCs. Today, in 2025, it's $73 million, surpassing Ethan, Lauren, and Ryan combined. My cousins spent on yachts, villas. I invested in value, living simply to fuel my growth. They saw my small apartment, my old Honda, and assumed I struggled. Elizabeth taught me different. Wealth isn't what you show, but what you build. This growth wasn't luck, it was nights studying markets, risks taken when others played safe. My empire is invisible to them, but not for long. At the family meeting, I'll lay out these numbers, a chart of my truth. They'll see the poor cousin outbuilt their flash, not with boasts, but with the patience they never understood. This is my legacy, and it's time they faced it. In my childhood room, I spread deeds across my bed, each one a story of grit. This duplex, bought at 19, now worth double. That office building, a risk that paid off. The apartment complex, my boldest move, where my cousins live, clueless of my ownership. I organized them into my briefcase, it's leather-worn but strong, like me. Elizabeth's portrait watches, her eyes proud. I've followed her path, turning 50,000 into 73 million, all while they mocked me. Their laughter, poor Sarah, rings hollow now. I'm not here for revenge, I'm here for truth. My cousins chase status, I've built security, opportunity, the kind of wealth Elizabeth valued. This briefcase holds more than paper, it's my defiance, my proof, my legacy. At the family meeting, I'll open it, revealing what they never saw. They'll gasp, deny, recalculate their respect, but I don't need it. I've honored Elizabeth's vision, wealth as a tool, not a trophy. My face is resolute, not angry. This isn't about them, it's about her, about me, about the Bennett name meaning something real again. I snap the briefcase shut, ready to change everything. The conference room hums with ambition as Uncle Robert stands at the projector, his voice commanding. He unveils his plan, sell Elizabeth's mansion, our family's heart, for $48 million. It's prime land, he says, perfect for luxury condos. Architectural renderings glow on the walls, sleek towers replacing Grandma's rose garden. My cousins nod, dazzled by profit. Ethan sees ski trips, Lauren new art pieces, Ryan a bigger yacht. They've forgotten what this mansion means, Elizabeth's legacy, her quiet strength. I clench my fists, her lessons burning in me, wealth should preserve, not destroy. Robert's plan erases her, turning memory into money. I want to shout, to remind them of her values, but their eyes are fixed on dollars. It's progress, Robert insists, his smile sharp. I feel the weight of my secret, the empire I've built in her name. They think I'm powerless, the poor cousin with no say. But I'm not here to beg, I'm here to fight. Elizabeth taught me to protect what matters, and this mansion is her soul. I won't let them tear it down. My resolve hardens, ready for the battle ahead. I stand to speak, my voice steady but urgent. Grandma Elizabeth wanted this mansion preserved, I say. It's our family's heart, not a paycheck. Lauren's dismissive smirk cuts deep, her eyes cold. Sentimentality doesn't pay bills, Sarah, she snaps, her voice dripping with disdain. Stick to what you know. The room chuckles, their laughter a familiar sting. My face betrays pain, but I hold my ground. They see a naive dreamer, not the woman who owns their homes. Elizabeth's portrait hangs behind them, her gaze urging me on. I know this fight is bigger than me, it's for her, for the values she instilled. Lauren's words echo my cousin's belief, I'm irrelevant, my 2% share a joke. But my briefcase holds millions, a truth they can't imagine. Their mockery fuels me, each jab sharpening my purpose. I swallow the hurt, remembering Elizabeth's advice, patience is your power. They think they've won, their condo's already built in their minds. But I'm not done. This mansion is Elizabeth's legacy, and I'll protect it, not for pride, but for the woman who shaped me. They'll see soon enough. Robert calls for a vote, his tone final. All in favor of selling the mansion? He asks. Hands rise around the table, Ethan's, Lauren's, Ryan's, Madison's, Chloe's, each one a betrayal of Elizabeth's dream. I keep my hand down, my head bowed, the weight of their choice crushing me. Only Emily's hand stays with mine, her quiet support a flicker of hope. The room feels heavy, their greed suffocating. They're trading our history for condos, erasing the rose garden where Elizabeth taught me strength. My cousins don't see the mansion's soul, only its price tag. I feel their eyes on me, pitying my sentimental stand. They think I'm alone, powerless, the poor cousin they've always dismissed. But my empire waits, hidden, ready to shift this game. Elizabeth's voice echoes, protect what matters, Sarah. My bowed head isn't defeat, it's resolve gathering strength. They've voted to destroy her legacy, but I hold the key to stop them. This moment stings, but it's not the end. I lift my eyes, fire kindling inside. They've underestimated me for the last time, and I'm ready to prove it. In the moonlit rose garden, I kneel by Elizabeth's roses, their scent wrapping me in memory. This is where she taught me courage, whispering stories of our family's roots. I won't let them erase you, I vow, my voice breaking. The mansion looms behind me, its white columns glowing, a symbol of her love. My cousins want to bulldoze this for profit, blind to its meaning. Chloe's shadow shifts nearby, she overheard me, her silence heavy. Does she understand, or will she follow their greed? I don't know, but I don't need her approval. Elizabeth's lessons are my strength, wealth is nothing without purpose. My empire, built in secret, gives me power they can't fathom. They mocked my Honda, my plain life, but I've outgrown their scorn. These roses, this mansion, are Elizabeth's heart, and I'll fight for them. My fingers brush the petals, grounding me. The family's vote stings, but it's fueled my fire. I stand, resolve hardening, ready to face them. They think they've won, but I'm Elizabeth's heir, and this garden will bloom long after their condos fade. The truth is coming, and they'll face it. Robert's assistant passes out brochures, glossy pages flaunting condos that would replace Elizabeth's mansion. Their renderings show sterile towers, no trace of her rose garden or the warmth of our history. Family portraits come down from the walls, each one a piece of her erased. My cousins flip through, excited, already spending the profits in their minds. Ethan talks ski lodges, Lauren new galleries, Ryan bigger boats. They don't see the betrayal, the stripping away of what made us Bennetts. I clutch my briefcase, its deeds a silent promise to stop this. They think I'm powerless, my 2% share a footnote. But I've built an empire they can't imagine, one that honors Elizabeth's vision. These brochures are their dream, not mine. I see a foundation, a legacy preserved, not sold. Their greed blinds them, but I've learned from Elizabeth, wealth is a tool, not a trophy. They've dismissed me as poor, but my wealth is deeper, rooted in purpose. These papers mock her memory, but I'll fight back, not with shouts, but with proof. The mansion will stand, and they'll learn what I've been hiding all along. Alone in my room, I stare at Elizabeth's photo, her eyes steady, proud. The family's vote to sell her mansion cuts deep, a wound against everything she stood for. They want condos, profits, forgetting the woman who built our name. My resolve hardens, I won't let them win. My briefcase holds $73 million in deeds, a secret empire I've crafted in her honor. They've called me poor, laughed at my Honda, my thrift store blazer, blind to the truth. Elizabeth taught me patience, to build quietly while others flaunt. I've done that, outpacing their wealth with purpose. This mansion isn't just a house, it's her soul, her rose garden, her lessons. I feel her strength in me, guiding my next move. They think I'm powerless, but my trust controls enough to block their sale. I'm not here for revenge, but for justice, for the legacy they've ignored. My cousin's hands rose to erase her, but mine will rise to save her. I touch her photo, whispering, "This is for you." The family meeting looms, and I'm ready to unveil my empire, to show them what a Bennett truly is. The second day of the conference begins around a mahogany table, leather portfolios embossed with the Bennett crest. Uncle Robert projects a chart, a stark display of power. My name, Sarah Bennett, sits at the bottom, 2% voting share, a sliver against his 38%. My cousins' shares dwarf mine, their wealth a fortress I can't breach, or so they think. Robert's voice is smug, our shares reflect our contributions. The room nods, their confidence unshakable. They see me as the poor cousin, my modest life proof of failure. I clutch my briefcase, its contents a secret they'd never guess. Elizabeth's lessons echo, wealth isn't what you flaunt, but what you build. My 2% is their truth, not mine. I've crafted an empire in silence, outpacing their flash. They pity my thrift store blazer, my old Honda, blind to the millions I've amassed. Robert's chart is a lie, a snapshot of their arrogance. I sit quietly, my face neutral, but inside, I'm steel. They've underestimated me for years, and this meeting is their reckoning. My truth waits, ready to shatter their assumptions. I'm not here to beg, I'm here to redefine the Bennett name. Ethan leans back, his smug grin lighting the room as he shares his financial triumph. Just closed on an Aspen villa, he boasts, ski in, ski out, 6 bedrooms. Photos flash on the screen, snow-draped mountains, marble floors, a chandelier worth more than my car. The cousins murmur approval, their eyes gleaming with envy. Ethan's voice drips with pride, each word a jab at my modest life. It's an investment, he claims, but I see a trophy, not a strategy. Elizabeth taught me different, wealth serves, it doesn't show. Ethan's villa is his identity, not his legacy. He glances my way, expecting awe, but I keep my gaze steady. They don't know I own properties worth millions, including their own homes. His grin stings, a reminder of years of their scorn. Poor Sarah, they've whispered, blind to my empire. I swallow the hurt, Elizabeth's voice grounding me, patience is power. Ethan's wealth is loud, but mine is deep, built on deals he'd never dare. His moment passes, but mine is coming. I'm not here for applause, I'm here for truth, and they'll face it soon enough. Ryan's turn comes, his excitement barely contained as he shares photos of his new yacht. Upgraded from the old one, he brags, 60 feet, custom interiors. The screen shows gleaming decks, leather seats, an ocean backdrop. Madison rolls her eyes at me, her smirk sharp. Sarah, ever been on a yacht? She taunts, cousins chuckling. I stay silent, my face calm, but their dismissal burns. Ryan's yacht is another status symbol, not a legacy. Elizabeth's words ring, wealth without purpose is waste. I've built something lasting, not fleeting like his boat. They see my simple life, Honda, small apartment, and assume I'm nothing. But I own their apartment complex, a fact they'd choke on. Madison's eye roll is old, her pity a ritual I've endured for years. I let it slide, my resolve growing. Ryan's photos fade, his moment over, but their laughter lingers, fueling me. They think I'm irrelevant, a charity case. Elizabeth taught me to wait, to strike with proof, not pride. My empire waits in my briefcase, and their smugness will crumble. I'm not here to compete, I'm here to reveal what they've missed. It's my turn to present, and the room's attention drifts. I stand, voice even, sharing my consulting work, vague to protect my secret. I've managed stable returns, I say, offering no details. My cousins are on their phones, Ethan texting, Lauren scrolling Instagram. Robert yawns, his disinterest loud. They see no value in me, my 2% share proof of my failure. Madison whispers to Chloe, her giggle cutting through my words. I pause, hurt flaring, but Elizabeth's voice steadies me. They'll underestimate you, use it. My presentation is a mask, hiding $73 million in assets. They mock my thrift store blazer, blind to the deeds in my briefcase. I own their homes, their security, yet they dismiss me. Their boredom is my advantage, letting me work in shadows. I finish, sitting quietly, their apathy a familiar ache. They think I'm done, irrelevant, but I'm just beginning. This moment of their neglect is the calm before my storm. I've endured their scorn for years, building in silence. My truth is ready, and their phones won't save them when I unveil it. I'm not here for their attention, I'm here for justice. Robert clears his throat, his tone patronizing. Sarah, we're considering a family stipend, he says, to maintain our standards. The word lands like a slap, their pity exposed. Ethan smirks, leaning forward. She's been leeching off our name forever, he accuses, his voice venomous. The room tenses, cousins shifting uncomfortably. Emily's voice cuts through, firm, that's enough, Ethan. She's family. Her defense is a lifeline, but the sting remains. They see me as a burden, my modest life a stain on their wealth. Robert's offer is no kindness, it's control, a leash to keep me small. I keep my face neutral, but inside, I'm raging. I own their apartment complex, millions in properties, yet they dare pity me. Elizabeth's lessons anchor me, let their arrogance blind them. Ethan's accusation echoes years of their scorn, but I'm not their charity case. My empire dwarfs their boasts, hidden in my briefcase. Emily's words remind me I'm not alone, but I don't need saving. They think they've humbled me, but they've only sharpened my resolve. I'm here to upend their world, and they'll see it soon. Robert's eyes linger on me, a flicker of suspicion breaking his smug calm. He's heard rumors about the apartment complex's mystery owner, someone outmaneuvering his tactics. Could he sense it's me? I keep my expression neutral, giving nothing away. My heart steadies, Elizabeth's voice clear, hide your strength until it's time. They've called me poor for years, blind to my $73 million empire. Robert's glance probes, but my secret is safe, locked in my briefcase. I own the complex where Lauren, Ryan, and others live, a truth that would shatter their confidence. His suspicion is new, a crack in their certainty. Ethan's accusation, Robert's stipend, they think they've boxed me in, but I'm steps ahead. I've built this empire in silence, each property a testament to Elizabeth's wisdom. They see my 2% share, my old Honda, and assume I'm nothing. But I hold power they can't fathom. Robert's gaze narrows, but I meet it calmly. He's grasping at shadows, unaware I'm the architect of his unease. This moment of doubt is my edge. The family meeting is my stage, and my truth will rewrite their story. I'm ready to show them everything. The third day dawns, and Uncle Robert's smugness fills the conference room. He's pushing his agenda, sell the mansion, pressure the apartment complex's mystery owner. We'll use code reviews, tenant leverage, he declares, confident no one can stop him. I rise, my voice steady, cutting through his arrogance. Before we proceed, I have a presentation, I say. Robert's eyes narrow, annoyed. Make it quick, Sarah, he snaps, expecting another weak display. But I'm not the poor cousin they've mocked. My briefcase holds $73 million in assets, a truth they've never imagined. Elizabeth's lessons pulse through me, patience is power, and mine has been honed for years. They've laughed at my Honda, my thrift store blazer, blind to my empire. Robert thinks he's untouchable, his 38% share a throne. But I'm ready to shift this game. My cousins lean back, bored, phones in hand, unaware their world is about to tilt. I stand taller, confidence born of quiet work, not loud boasts. This isn't about revenge, it's about honoring Elizabeth's legacy. They've underestimated me for the last time. I open my briefcase, my heart calm but fierce. The moment I've waited for is here, and they'll see the truth. I hand my valuation to Robert's assistant, my voice unwavering. You've called me poor for years, I say. Today, I update your data. The projector hums, revealing my net worth, $73 million. Gasps ripple through the room, shattering their smug calm. Ethan's jaw drops, Lauren's eyes widen, Ryan freezes. Robert's face drains of color, his confidence crumbling. My chart towers over his, a testament to years of silent work. 15 properties, I continue, residential and commercial, all through LLCs. They've mocked my modest life, my old Honda, blind to the empire I've built. Elizabeth taught me to invest where others wouldn't, to see value in the overlooked. My cousins spent on status, villas, yachts, while I grew wealth with purpose. Their stunned silence is louder than their laughter ever was. They thought my 2% share defined me, but I've outpaced them all. This moment isn't triumph, it's truth, laid bare. Their world shifts, their pity exposed as ignorance. I stand calm, Elizabeth's strength in me. They're recalculating, grappling with a reality they can't deny. The poor cousin they dismissed is their equal, no, they're superior. And I'm just getting started. I walk around the table, placing deeds before each cousin, my steps deliberate. These are my holdings, I say, including the apartment complex where you live, Lauren, Ryan. The title page, my name as owner, stuns them. I'm your landlord, I add, my voice even. Their complaints about rent hikes, guest policies, echo in their silence. I raised rents fairly, added security after a break-in, decisions they cursed without knowing my hand. Elizabeth's lessons guided me, wealth is responsibility, not just reward. They saw my upgrades as inconvenience, not care. Lauren's fingers tremble on the deed, Ryan's eyes dart, searching for escape. Ethan's bravado fades, his Aspen villa dwarfed by my portfolio. They've lived under my roof, blind to my power. I return to my seat, the weight of their shock heavy but satisfying. This isn't about gloating, it's about clarity. They've judged me for years, their laughter a ritual of dismissal. Now, they face the truth, I've built an empire while they flaunted borrowed status. Elizabeth's portrait watches, her legacy alive in me. They thought me weak, but these deeds prove otherwise. The Bennett name means more than they ever understood. Ryan's hand shakes, spilling coffee across his deed, a dark stain spreading like his panic. This is a scam, he stammers, voice cracking. Lauren's face pales, her manicured nails clutching the table, her confidence shattered. Ethan tries to speak, his words tripping over each other, a jumble of denial. Their shock is raw, their world unraveling. They've called me poor, mocked my Honda, my simple life, never suspecting I held their leases. My $73 million empire dwarfs their boasts, a truth they can't escape. Elizabeth's voice echoes, let them underestimate you, it's your strength. Their laughter once cut deep, but now it's their turn to falter. Ryan's spill is clumsy, Lauren's pallor desperate, Ethan's stammer weak. They're grasping for control, but I've taken it. This moment isn't revenge, it's justice, a reckoning for years of scorn. They thought me powerless, a charity case, but I've outbuilt them in silence. Their reactions expose their fragility, their wealth a facade compared to mine. I stay calm, watching their chaos unfold. Elizabeth taught me purpose over pride, and I've honored her. They'll never see me the same, and that's enough. Elizabeth's voice fills my mind, a memory from years ago. One day, Sarah, she said, her eyes fierce, you'll show them what a Bennett truly is. I was 13, nodding at her desk, her hand on my shoulder, stock charts before us. She saw my spark, my hunger to learn, when others saw a quiet orphan. Her lessons shaped me. Wealth is a tool, not a trophy. Patience outlasts pride. While my cousins begged for cars, I studied markets, building a dream she believed in. This moment, their shock, their silence, is what she prepared me for. They mocked me, blind to the empire I crafted in her name. Her words were my armor, her faith my fire. I've honored her, turning $50,000 into $73 million, outpacing their flash. This isn't about me, it's about her, her legacy they tried to erase. I see her now, proud, as I stand against their greed. My cousin's panic fades into her voice, grounding me. I'm her heir, not just in wealth, but in purpose. They'll never understand, but I don't need them to. Elizabeth's truth lives in me, and I've shown them her strength. I placed the final documents on the table, Elizabeth's legacy trust, my masterstroke. This trust, I say, holds 35% of family shares, enough to block the mansion sale. The room stills, their defeat absolute. Chloe claps first, her hands breaking the silence, others joining hesitantly. Emily smiles, her eyes warm. Grandma would be proud, she says softly. Robert's face hardens, his control slipping. The trust is my shield, protecting Elizabeth's mansion, her rose garden, her soul. They voted to destroy it, but I've saved it. My cousin's shock lingers, Ryan's coffee stain, Lauren's pallor, Ethan's stammer, but Chloe's clap shifts the air. She sees what they don't, strength in purpose. I've built this trust in secret, my empire funding its power. They thought my 2% share was my limit, but I've rewritten the rules. This isn't about power, it's about legacy. Elizabeth taught me to preserve what matters, and I have. The mansion will stand, a foundation for others, not condos for profit. Their world has changed, and I'm its architect. I sit, the trust documents a testament to my resolve. They'll never mock me again, but that's not why I'm here. I sit at the table, calm amidst their chaos. Robert's face is stone, Ethan mutters, Lauren stares blankly, Ryan wipes his coffee stain. Their world has fractured, their assumptions shattered by my $73 million truth. They called me poor, laughed at my Honda, my simple life, never seeing the empire I built. Elizabeth's legacy lives in me, her mansion saved, her values restored. Chloe's clap still echoes, a sign some might understand. Emily's nod grounds me, her faith a quiet strength. I don't need their approval, I never did. This moment is for Elizabeth, for the rose garden, for the Bennett name they cheapened. My briefcase is empty now, its secrets laid bare, but I'm full of purpose. They'll scheme, offer alliances, but I'm beyond their games. I've honored my grandmother, turning her lessons into a fortress of wealth and will. Their chaos swirls, but I'm steady, my heart clear. They thought me weak, a shadow in their light, but I've outshone them all. This isn't the end, it's a beginning, a foundation built on truth. I'm Sarah Bennett, Elizabeth's heir, and I've shown them what wealth really means. After my revelation, the family scrambles to rewrite their story of me. Uncle Robert sends a lunch invite, his tones suddenly warm, offering a partnership to control my trust. Lauren corners me, her smile forced, claiming newfound respect, her words hollow after years of smirks. Ethan calls, voice urgent, pitching a desperate real estate deal, as if my $73 million empire needs his guidance. Their opportunism is predictable, their sudden interest a stark contrast to decades of disdain. They mocked my Honda, my thrift store blazer, blind to the empire I built in Elizabeth's name. Now, they see power and want a piece. But I don't need their alliances or their approval, I never did. Elizabeth taught me wealth is a tool, not a leash. I decline politely, my resolve unshaken. Their world has shifted, but mine stays steady, rooted in purpose. They thought me weak, a poor cousin to pity, but I've outgrown their games. This moment isn't about them, it's about honoring the woman who shaped me. I walk away, my heart light, knowing I've protected her legacy. They'll keep scheming, but I'm already beyond their reach. I've turned Elizabeth's mansion into the Elizabeth Bennet Foundation, a beacon for affordable housing. At its opening, I speak to interns, their eager faces mirroring my younger self. Wealth is nothing without purpose, I tell them, echoing Elizabeth's wisdom. They nod, inspired, as I once was. Chloe approaches later, her eyes sincere. I misjudged you, Sarah, she says softly. Teach me to see like you do. Her apology heals a quiet wound, she's the first to truly see me. I smile, offering to mentor her, just as Elizabeth did for me. The foundation is more than a building, it's a promise to preserve what matters. My cousins wanted condos, profits, but I've built something lasting. They laughed at my modest life, blind to the $73 million I wielded for good. This is Elizabeth's dream, alive again. I feel her presence in the rose garden, her legacy blooming through every brick. Chloe's words remind me I'm not alone in this fight. I've honored my grandmother, not with flash, but with impact. The interns carry her vision forward, and I'm at peace, knowing I've made her proud. This is my wealth, my truth. I drive my 2008 Honda past the mansion, its white columns glowing under dusk's soft light. Martha, Elizabeth's old friend, stands at the gate, her warm smile a balm. Your grandma visits my dreams, she says. She's glowing with pride. Her words wrap me in comfort, a confirmation of my path. I keep my simple life, small apartment, thrift store clothes, not because I must, but because I choose to. My $73 million empire doesn't define me, my purpose does. The mansion stands, saved from condos, now a foundation for others. My cousin's laughter, poor Sarah, fades into memory, their scorn powerless against my truth. I've built what Elizabeth dreamed, wealth that serves, not shines. Driving on, I feel her strength in me, her lessons my guide. They thought me weak, but I've reshaped the Bennet name. Martha's smile lingers, a reminder I'm not alone. The rose garden blooms, the foundation grows, and I'm free, not from their judgment, but from needing their approval. This is my legacy, not theirs. I shift gears, the road ahead clear. Elizabeth's pride is my wealth, and I carry it forward, steady, unbroken, true. I stand in Elizabeth's rose garden, her legacy blooming around me. They called me poor, mocked my Honda, my quiet life, but I chose purpose over pride. My $73 million empire wasn't for their applause, it was for her, for the mansion now a foundation for others. Elizabeth taught me wealth is what you build, not what you show. I proved them wrong, not with anger, but with truth. Her roses remind me of her strength, now mine. Have you ever been underestimated, your worth unseen? I was, but I kept going, honoring the woman who saw me when no one else did. Your story matters too, what moment made you rise above doubt? I'm still Sarah, still driving my Civic, living simply, but I'm free, unbound by their judgment. Elizabeth's pride lives in me, in this garden, in the lives we'll touch. This isn't the end, it's a beginning, a call to live with purpose. Share your journey, your triumphs, because the world needs your truth. I've found mine, and it's enough. Let's carry our legacies forward, not for others, but for those who believed in us first. My journey started with their laughter, but it ends with my truth. I showed them my empire, saved Elizabeth's mansion, built a foundation for change. Now, I'm asking you to share your story. Have you faced doubt and risen stronger? Your voice can inspire, just as mine did. Hit the like button if this story moved you. It's a small way to spread this message. Subscribe to join our community, where we share tales of quiet strength, of legacies reclaimed. You've seen me unveil $73 million, silence my cousins, honor my grandmother. Let's keep telling these stories together. Comment below, what's your moment of proving the doubters wrong? Every story matters, every truth counts. Elizabeth's roses bloom because I fought for them, your dreams can too. Share this video with someone who needs to hear it, someone underestimated like I was. My Honda still runs, my life still simple, but my purpose is clear. Join me for more stories that lift us up, that remind us wealth is purpose, not pride. Subscribe, share, and let's build a legacy of truth together. Your story is next, what will it say?